All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The regular meeting of Oakley Planning Commission is called to order at 6:30 p.m. Roll call. Vice Chair Verduzco is currently absent. Commissioner Price,
Here.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Here.
Commissioner Krieg,
Here.
and I am Chair Chuko are present. Commissioner Ramirez, would you please kindly lead us in Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for that, Commissioner Ramirez. Appreciate it. First item of business would be public comments. As I've mentioned just right before the meeting, if you have any public comments, there's speaker cards available for you in the lobby. At this time, At this time, public comments will be heard for the items that are not on the agenda. Currently, I have one comment that was submitted online. The individual asked not to speak tonight, but it would be entered into the record for the meeting. Seeing no other cards in front of me, we will move on to consent calendar. Let's see. So item 3.1, approval of the minutes for the regular Planning Commission meeting that was held on July 2nd.
Move approval.
All right, so moved by Commissioner Krieg. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, and seconded by Commissioner Ramirez. Any discussion? All right, so we're gonna call this to question then. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All right, so we have 3 ayes, and I will abstain because I was not present at that meeting. So item passes. Okay, item 4.1 under public hearings is Dob for Kids conditional use permit amendment. Mr. Gorman, do we have a staff report for this item?
Yes, we do. Thank you, Chair. Just give me one moment to get the presentation ready. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I'm Evan Gorman, Associate Planner for the City of Oakley, and tonight I'm presenting Dob for Kids Conditional Use Permit Amendment, CUP 6-24. All right, for a lay of the land, tonight we're here on the western side of town at the Cypress Square Shopping Center. Here's a closer look, and you can see we're at the corner of Carroll Lane and Main Street. There to the top of the screen in the northwest is the Cypress Square Shopping Center, and then in the yellow area is the area we're talking about tonight. For some background on the project site, it consists of 2 commercial tenant spaces within an approximately 11.46-acre shopping center situated along Main Street. The nonprofit Bingo Hall has occupied an approximately 4,500 square foot tenant space on the southern side of the shopping center since 2016. The general plan for this shopping center is commercial, the designation, and then the zoning district for this property is general commercial, C. For some additional background, in 2016, the City Council adopted resolution number 112-16, approving a conditional use permit allowing operation of a nonprofit bingo hall at the project location 4 times a week and requiring the operator to seek an extension of the conditional use permit every 2 years. On May 12, 2020, after the bingo hall demonstrated a history of operating without issue, the City Council adopted another resolution which permitted the bingo hall to operate 5 times a week and removed the requirement to renew the permit every 2 years. And now for the applicant's requests, why are they back? They are true veterans of the public hearing process. So for tonight's request, this is a request for an amendment to the existing conditional use permit. This amendment request seeks to update the conditional use permit to reflect a new floor plan. This floor plan adds approximately 1,500 square feet to the land use by utilizing a vacant adjacent commercial space. And the additional space would initially be used for storage with the option to expand operations into this area in the future if the amendment is approved. For some added background on top of this, their original application back in 2016 envisioned that this space would be included then, but after the item happened to be continued, the tenant and the property owner worked out that that space would actually be rented. So it didn't end up being included then, but now it's up for being rented now. So you can visualize it. Here, if you were there in front of the property today, in orange you have the existing space, and in yellow you have the proposed space. And then as part of this process, should it be approved, they would just pull a building permit to remove the wall. As part of every application, we provide a staff analysis. Here's no different. To grant the original conditional use permit, the City Council had to make a series of findings, much like the Planning Commission does, and they were included in the resolutions associated with this bingo hall. The Council found that the site is adequate in size and shape to accommodate the use, and that the site for the proposed use is connected to streets and highways that are adequate in width and pavement type to carry the quantity and the kind of traffic generated by this proposed use. They also found that the proposed use will be operated and maintained to ensure compatibility with the intended character of the area, and that the use does not hamper the continued growth and orderly development of the city. When looking at this amendment request, we found that the new floor plan, which if approved would permit the expansion, would not disrupt the bingo hall's consistency with the original findings for approval. The land use would still be operated in a way that is consistent with the purposes of the zoning district. There is adequate infrastructure for the intended use, and the use of additional floor area will ensure adequate space for the bingo hall's operations. Now for environmental review. This project is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act pursuant to Section 15301. Existing facilities of, it's called existing facilities, the exemption. This exempts projects when the proposed project involves a negligible or no expansion of use beyond that existing at the time of the lead agency's determination. Here we found the proposed use would not represent a significant expansion of the primary land use. Finally, for our recommendation, staff recommends that the Planning Commission adopt the resolution approving the project titled Dom for Kids Conditional Use Permit Amendment as conditioned. I can answer any questions you have. I have the applicant here as well tonight. We, in discussions with the applicant, we found that this it speaks for itself, doesn't really need a presentation, but they're happy to answer any questions, as am I. I really appreciate the chance to present that. Thank you, Commissioner.
Excellent, Mr. Gorman. Thank you so much. As always, great presentation, very informative. And at this point, I'd just like to see if any of the commissioners would like to entertain questions, either for Mr. Gorman or for the operators of the business. You have a question? Yes, Commissioner Ramirez.
This is exciting. Thank you for bringing this over. Just looking at the Exhibit A, with the removal of the walls, is everything A-okay? Exit, fire code kind of evacuation? Are we all set there?
That's a really great question. The way we review planning applications, we have to make a judgment on is something do we see that there will be major hurdles? And is that worth a delay in terms of the entitlement process? Here, we found that there are many code solutions to achieve their goal, and so we went for a quicker entitlement process. If something does come up, we feel that we can, they have code solutions that are still within this approval. And so this will be reviewed further to meet the building code after this, should it be approved. That's a really good question.
Thank you.
Thank you for this question. Commissioner Ramirez, do we have any further questions from the commission? No? We have none. Okay, very good. So we will open the public hearing. Do we have any comments from the applicants? Would you like to approach the dais, please? Thank you so much.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
In regards to the last question, we are compliant with the fire department. They come out once a year and we pay the fees, and they're in the health department because we have coffee, so we are compliant with that. So if that helps any, I can provide the information.
No, thank you. Thank you for that comment. Appreciate it. Is there anything else you'd like to address to us? You don't have to. Okay, thank you. All right. Do we have any comments from the public on this item? All right. So hearing seeing none, I will close the public hearing at this point and we'll call for deliberation from the commission. If we have no further questions, would anyone like to entertain a motion to approve this item as conditioned?
So moved.
All right, so moved by Commissioner Price. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, and seconded by Commissioner Krieg. Any discussion, or are we going to move to question? All right, cool. So all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay, we have nothing on the regular calendar, so we will move directly to reports. And I would like to say thank you for the applicants for being with us tonight. Have a good night. Okay, so reports from the staff members.
Good evening, Chairman, members of the commission. I do have two items I would like to report. The first is that on September 21st, the 12th Heart of Oakley Festival will take place here at the Civic Center Plaza. It'll operate from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And as a reminder, what the Heart of Oakley Festival is all about, it's an annual open-air market that brings local makers, families, and community members together. So I'll be right down here at the Civic Center Plaza, again from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on September 21st. The second item I would like to go over with the Planning Commission is back during the meeting of July 2nd, I announced that we had hired a new chief building official, Conrad Frome, and at that time also mentioned we are searching for a new senior planner and 2 building inspector ones. So at this time, I would like to announce that we have hired a new senior planner. He is sitting just over my left shoulder, and I'll ask him to come up really quick. His name is Jose Cortez. He was hired and started on August 12th, and he has been formally employed by the cities of Benicia, Napa, and Antioch. He has special interest in working on housing elements, amongst other advanced planning projects. So Jose, would you please stand up and wave? You don't need to come speak, just say hi.
Yeah, Mr. Cortez, if you would like to, you can please approach the dais, introduce yourself to us, or you can do it from where you are. All right. Well, we're very happy to have you on the team. Welcome to Oakley.
And there's more good news. We like to share everything in the Community Development Department, which planning sits in. Since that meeting, we have also hired 2 new building inspector ones. One of them is Angel Garcia Martinez, and he started on August 19th. And the other gentleman is Francisco Martinez, and he started on August 26th. So I'm happy to report that the city's Community Development Department is currently a full family. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you. Indeed, very good news for the city of Oakley. Okay. Do any commission members have anything to report at this time? All right, Commissioner Price.
Transplant meeting for last month was canceled. The next meeting is coming up next Thursday on the 12th. Hopefully we'll have an agenda that we can go with. That's it.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Price. Any requests for future agendas?
Yeah.
Commissioner Ramirez.
I missed y'all. It's been
Welcome
quite,
back.
quite a summer back in session. Wanted to share just a few things, announcements. I will not be in town November 5th. Just want to make the team aware of that. And on Saturday, August 3rd, I got to attend the Friends of the Marsh Creek Watershed event where they were talking about restoration and what kind of healthy stewardship looks like in Oakley for, humans, non-humans alike, our critters, our salmon, our animals that are so precious to Oakley. And in that convening, it was really awesome to meet some folks from the city of Brentwood who more than, decades past in planning and in their approach, right? Brentwood being a city, was one of the top 2 cities growth-wise, really put a concerted effort towards planning their environmental planning, their creeks, what they would do with their rivers. And it was interesting with all these agencies at the table that I think that there's opportunity for Oakley and with this new capacity to kind of think about how do we protect and beautify our natural resources here. So I don't know if that's a working session. I don't know if that's something that's already on the books with the team, but how do we plan around our salmon, our delta? Yeah.
Mr. Chair, I just
Yes,
wanted to
Director
point out,
Srila.
I just wanted to point, not really respond, but I wanted to point out, our November meeting will be on the 19th. We will not be holding the first Tuesday due to that being election day.
Election day, yes. Oh, so you might be able to partake then, right?
I'll let you know in a moment. Let me check.
Okay. Great. All right, so if there are no further comments or agenda requests, we have nothing on our work session, and I would just entertain to adjourn the meeting at 6:47 p.m.